the second to last year of the practice, where we were, I still think a successful top 10 show on Sunday nights. ABC decided to move us to Monday nights. And that was a terrible blow for us. We moved to Monday nights, and our ratings struggled, and it quickly became clear, okay, well, we're not going to survive on Monday nights. We were an aging show creatively at this time as well, which I think was part of our problem. We had run our course with a lot of our storytelling. So we had the combination of a show that maybe was feeling tired, coupled with now poor ratings. So it looked to be over and out for the practice at the end of year 7 or 8. I'm not sure what it was. But the week of the upfronts, actually the weekend of the upfronts, 2 days before the schedules were about to be announced, I got a call from Lloyd Braun and said, would you be willing to come back one more year? We had no discussions about an 8th or 9th year, whatever it was. He says, would you be willing to come back for one more year at half price, basically? One of the things that the practice enjoyed is that this was before the perpetual license fees. After 5 or 6 years, you were allowed to renegotiate your license fee. We did renegotiate ours. We are now a very expensive show. The cast was making a lot of money, and it was too expensive for ABC now to monetize. So they came back and said, would you be willing to do one more year at a bargain basement cost? I had about 5 minutes to think about it because it was Sunday before the upfronts. And on the one hand, I didn't want to do a subset of the show, but on the other hand, it felt wrong the way we were limping out on Monday night, and I wanted to go out on a higher note. And that sentiment went out. So I said, sure, we're gonna go for it. The cost-cutting logistics necessitated, however, that I lose half the cast. Also, we had some creative issues on the show, so it wasn't the worst thing to sort of shake up the show. But the idea is we were going to come back for one more year and one more year only. The upside or the luxury for that as a storyteller is now you could maybe go for broke that last year. You don't have to worry about a franchise that can thrive in perpetuity. You can now walk whatever plank you want to walk, and that includes bringing in a lead character with a short shelf life. So that occasioned us to write the character of Alan Shore, and James Spader came aboard to play Alan Shore. And that was really going to be a one-year one-off. We were not going to write that character with enough redeeming qualities that he would be welcomed into a living room after, 20 hours. And James was completely attracted to that. Give me a character that everybody's going to hate within the year. That's for me. So Alan Shore comes aboard for the last year of the practice, and again, same adage, nobody knows anything. The show caught on creatively again, so much so that ABC came back and said, well, you have your choice. We'll do another year of the practice, or you can do a spin-off with this character, Alan Shore, and Denny Crane, who's played by William Shatner. And I felt at that time that the show, I was going to let the show tell me what it wanted to be. And at that time, it was when we sat down to write scripts, Alan Shore and Denny Crane were at the fore. So that was a clear indication to me that it should be the spin-off, and we should let the practice go. So that gave rise to Boston Legal.